Hello friends, in this video we shall be reviewing Angrezi Medium that has released today. But before that, please remember to subscribe to our channel Film Information after watching this video if you have already not subscribed to it. Friends, as you all know, Angrezi Medium has released today and it is the second in the Hindi medium series. This film is the story of a father and his daughter. The father is played by Irfan Khan. His name is Champak Bansal in the film. And the daughter is Tarika Bansal, played by Radhika Madan. Champak Bansal lives in Udaipur with Tarika. His wife has died. So he and his daughter is in school. Now she's ready to go to college. And Champak Bansal runs a sweetmeat shop under the brand name of Ghasite Ram. His younger brother Gopi Bansal, that is Deepak Dobriyal, also runs a sweetmeat shop under the same brand name. Actually, it's a large family and every member in the family runs a sweetmeat shop under the brand name of Ghasite Ram because obviously there's a dispute. Who owns this brand name? And that dispute is in court. Court disputes aside, Champak and his younger brother Gopi are very thick, very close to each other on a personal level. Now Tarika wants to study in London and her school has come up with a scheme where the top 3 students would be sent to London. So Tarika, otherwise an average student, works very hard and actually manages to come in the list of students being sent to London. At first reluctant, Champak Bansal finally agrees. He's quite timid, he's quite a confused man and he's never seen the world outside, whereas Tarika wants freedom, wants her space, etc. And therefore, Champak Bansal decides that he would go to drop his daughter to London. Since Gopi Bansal is also close to Champak Bansal, he says he would also accompany his brother. And therefore, the older one, Champak Bansal, the younger brother Gopi Bansal and Tarika leave for London. In London, there are a lot of ups and downs. First, Champak and Gopi are deported to India. Then they go back to London. And what are the hardships they face in London? Finally, do they meet Tarika, because Tarika and the two of them had been separated when they were deported to India. Finally, do they meet Tarika? Does Tarika seek admission in the college of her choice? Does she get admission? Does she stay back or she comes back? Etc. etc. So this in gist is the story. Let's first discuss the script, the story, the screenplay and the dialogues. The story, screenplay and dialogues are written by Bhavesh Mandalia, Gaurav Shukla, Vinay Chawal and Sara Bodinar. And the 4 of them have written a fairly good story and a fairly good screenplay, but it's not consistently good. For one, the comedy sometimes, actually oftentimes, looks forced. It looks as if the writers were very keen on making the audience laugh, and to make them laugh, they could go to any lengths. They could do anything. And that shows. When the effort to make somebody laugh shows, it doesn't remain funny. Similarly with the emotions, the latter part of the second half, there are emotional scenes, but those emotions also look very forced. Actually, the entire drama doesn't look like a free-flowing one. It doesn't look seamless. Comparisons are odious, but because this is the second in the Hindi medium series, people are bound to compare this story and screenplay with those of Hindi medium. And in Hindi medium, people laughed out loud and throughout the film, they went on laughing. In this film, the laughter comes only intermittently. At many points, because the effort to make you laugh is evident, you don't laugh. Plus, the jokes are not as funny as in Hindi medium. In fact, comedy sometimes appears like buffoonery in this film. What is more, in Hindi medium, this was not the problem, but in this film, there is a big problem. While the characters in the film, like Champak Bansal, Gopi Bansal, Tarika Bansal, they all are doing comedy, but because the drama involves legal officers of different countries, of India, of London, of Dubai, etc., you can't involve the legal officers in the comedy because, for instance, when Champak and Gopi are deported to India, the question that comes to mind is, what happened thereafter? They were deported to India and after 3 days they were back in London. So you wonder, they are doing comedy. Are the legal authorities also so dim-witted that they are indulging in their comedy? Now, that was not the case in Hindi medium. Because legalities are involved in this drama, you wonder whether the comedy actually sustains, actually stands on its feet, and the answer you get is no. What is more, in the climax, the change of heart of Tarika Bansal is so sudden, you wonder what happened. And if it was so easy, then why did they travel all the way to London? So everything is a matter of convenience. And therefore, the story in the screenplay appeal only in parts. This is not to say that there is no scene which really stands or which really appeals. Of course, there are scenes in which you laugh out loud. But rather than a free-flowing drama, rather than a seamless drama where you're constantly laughing, although this is a comedy, you laugh only at places. And that is the undoing of the drama. That is the undoing of the story and the screenplay. The dialogues, also written by the four writers, are good at places, very good at places, but oftentimes you find them lacking in punch. They ought to have been more punch-packed and more funny throughout the film. Now coming to the performances, Irfan Khan has done well. He's a fine actor. In this film also, he's acted well. Deepak Dobriyal shines. His sense of comic timing is superb, and in this film, he does absolutely wonderfully well. In the role of Tarika Bansal, Radhika Madan has also done a very fine job. She's a very natural actress, but how one wishes her dialogue delivery was more clear. The clarity in her dialogue delivery is sometimes found lacking. Kareena Kapoor Khan as the London police officer supports well. She's got a brief role, but her scene in the climax is the best. There is a subplot about the relationship between her and her mother, played by Dimple Kapadia. Now, the people couldn't care less about that relationship because had Kareena Kapoor Khan, or her character's name is Naina, had Naina been shown to be a golden-hearted woman before the story about her and her mother were to be unraveled, it would have made a hell of a difference. But she's shown to be a very tough police officer, and therefore the emotional track about her relationship with her mother doesn't really appeal. Her soft side comes out in the climax, but by then it is too late. You've already established the track of Kareena Kapoor Khan and her mother. Anyway, Kareena Kapoor Khan lends good support, and in the climax scene, she definitely makes her presence amply felt. Ranveer Shore as Bablu has his moments. Dimple Kapadia has a brief role. She is also good. Then there is Kiku Sharda as Gaju. He stands his own. Pankaj Tripathi as the travel agent has been wasted. He's one hell of an actor. Brilliant actor. But in this film, he's got a brief role and you don't even laugh too much in his scenes. Then there is Zakir Hussain as the judge. He makes his presence felt. As the school principal, Meghna Malik stands her own. Tilotama Shom as the education counselor. She's got such a tiny role and she does full justice to it. But it's sad to see such a talented actress as Tilotama Shom being wasted in just a tiny role, probably one or two scenes. Manu Rishi Chadda as the person who's interested in buying the brand Ghasite Ram with all the sweetmeat shops of that brand name. He has his moments. After the performances, it's time to take a look at the direction and other technical aspects. This film has been directed by Homi Adajania, and while he knows the craft and the art of directing a film, he has not been able to reach the soul of the script. Actually, the script itself is found lacking, but otherwise also there are times when the drawbacks or the shortcomings of a script are so beautifully handled by the director that his narrative style tries to hide these shortcomings. In this film, it is not so. His narrative style also underlines the shortcomings of the script. The music is by Sachin Jigar and there's not a single song that is really very popular. Actually, there's not much scope in the drama for songs. And that is why they are mostly background songs and 2 lines, 4 lines here and there. They don't really create an impact. The lyrics are by Jigar Saraiya, Vayu and Priya Saraiya, and they go well with the mood of the film. Sachin Jigar's background music could have been far better, far more impactful. Cinematography by Anil Mehta is very good. Be it the London locations, the Udaipur locations, because the family, Champak Bansal, Gopi Bansal, Tarika Bansal, they all live in Udaipur. So whether it's the London locales or the Udaipur locales or the characters themselves, they all have been captured beautifully by Anil Mehta. Production designing by Bindya Chhabria is appropriate, and A. Srikar Prasad's editing could have been sharper, could have been much better, because there are moments where the audience gets bored. All in all, Angrezi Medium is an ordinary fare, it's an average fare, and therefore it will do ordinary business at the box office. People are bound to compare this film with Hindi Medium, and Hindi Medium, of course, was a far, far superior film. It was a far funny film where you laughed your guts out, where you guffawed. In this film, moments of laughter are few. There are points where you get bored, and the emotions also don't really touch the heart too much, and therefore this will do very ordinary business. Let me add here that this film's opening today is quite mixed. At places it's good, but at many places it is below the mark. Friends, what did you think of our video where we've reviewed Angrezi Medium? Please go to the comment section and post your comments. Thank you.